Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, here on Championship Saturday. This is what they all play for, Sebastian. Chesapeake College, Howard, for all the marbles.
You said it. You said it perfectly. For all the marbles and two teams with championship experience already, with Howard winning it last year, Chesapeake the year before that. So you know this is going to be a very hard-fought battle between two teams that deserve to be here, and it's going to be fun to watch. For Howard, just looking to get off to a quicker start than usual. They kind of got off the slow starts versus Catonsville
Yep.
and Potomac State. It's hard to do that in a championship game and get away with it. And then for Chesapeake, we got news today that Elijah Cradle is active. Look, he'll come off the bench
Yeah.
playing through injury, so that's a big boost for Chesapeake. So it'll be very interesting to see how they kind of get him back into the flow after not even needing him versus Montgomery.
And speaking of the lineups, we have them right here. The lineup for the Chesapeake College Skipjack 7 seed. We got number 1, Brandon Hooks. Number 3, LaShawn Moody. Number 4, Willie Jones. Number 15, Josh Rivers. And number 21, Jeff Clark. And then for the defending champion, Howard Dragons. We got number 1, Jaden Johnson. Number 4, Truth Norton. Number 11, Emmanuel Henriquez. Number 24, Christian Dean. And number 35, Anthony Jami. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, stay tuned. Tournament championship, all the marbles coming up. Be right back. Forty minutes stands between who will be champion, Chesapeake's College or Howard Dragons. Today's officials for this championship game, we've got Kelvin Oliver, Chris Santoro, and Myron Hendrick. Got Chesapeake sporting the navy blue with a green trim. Howard sporting the white with a trim of gold and burgundy. Jami and Clark tip it off in favor of the Dragons. Dean has it on the key on the wing over to Henriquez. Truth Norton drives to his left, guarded by Rivers. Back to Dean. Johnson, pick set by Jami. Another one. Johnson. First one falls. Good start. for the Dragons.
Yes, indeed. And already they're in that 2-2-1 that they love to feature, seeing if they can cause some pressure and create a turnover from the Skipjacks.
And now finally get it across court. There is Hooks over to Moody. Primary point guard for the Skipjacks here. Hooks, Rivers in the paint, back out to Jones. Shot clock is down to 7. Norton applying the pressure. Hooks drives, 3. Nothing but air. Dean has it. Rough start here for the Skipjacks. Have been relatively well in both games consistently. Enriquez on left wing. Back out to Johnson. Shot clock down to 10. Jami, pick. Johnson kicks it out. Enrique for 3. Cash. Probably the first thing we've seen all tournament from Enrique, an early start.
Yeah, and it's very important for Howard to get that early start. For Chesapeake, a little shorthanded on depth. You want to make sure, as a lower C2, impose your will, trying to knock them out early.
Truth Norton drives with his right hand, erased by Jones.
Good job by Chesapeake there, getting back on defense. Norton trying to go for the quick lay-in. Good job by Chesapeake to get that block.
And Johnson will inbound it under the basket to Henriquez. Dribbles. Backing down. Jones kicks it out to Norton. Out to Christian Dean. Drives to his left. Off balance shot and gets it to fall. He's made a play like that in every game this tournament, Sebastian.
Yeah, he has. And he's finished through the contact there, going to the line for the opportunity to complete the three-point play. It's a dream start for Howard. If you're Chesapeake, just got to calm down, settle into this one. You know you belong. You've beaten 2 top-quality teams in Cecil and Montgomery to get here. Just got to settle down.
And probably the best start in this entire tournament for the Howard Dragons. They're up 8-0. And there's that 2-2-1 trap again, causing fits. Jones over to Hooks as they settle back down into the 2-3 zone. Shot clock down to 7. Moody, Hooks, back to Moody. 4-3, put it up. They're not aware, and it's a shot clock violation. Just a lack of awareness there. Really sluggish start for the Skipjacks.
Yeah, you can tell the crowd, which is obviously a pro Howard crowd, is kind of getting to the Skipjacks right now. Got to know that it's time on the shot clock. That's the guard's responsibility to make sure that the team is aware of how much time's on the shot clock.
Enrique, the top of the key. Jami with the pick. Enrique drives, foul line. Back of the rim. Last touch by the Dragons, going to Chesapeake.
And Howard staying in that 2-2-1. You know they're going to stay in it until Chesapeake consistently proves they can beat it.
There's Rivers, bounce pass. Hooks, Jones in rhythm for 3. Misses the front of the rim. Fortuitous bounce for Moody. Dean slaps it away, staying with the Skipjacks.
Like the shot there by Jones. Stepped into it in rhythm, just couldn't get it to go.
Inbounds pass to Rivers. Moody. Back out to Hooks at the top of the key. 2-3 zone. Finds Moody in the zone. And quick movement down the shaft clock. First points of the game.
Yeah, important for Chesapeake to get on the board there. Took him 3 minutes to do so, but good for Clark. Establishing inside position, getting it to go.
Enrique, the top. Norton, who had 2 big threes in the semifinal game. Jami, outside, in and out. Dean with the rebound. And the Dragons will reset here. With 12 on the shot clock. Working it around the key. Dean drives strong to his left, finishes with his right hand. Too easy.
Dean making it look easy, going through a couple skipjack defenders, getting it to go.
And there's that trap, Enrique, and a timeout there by Hooks. And looks like the Skipjacks will regroup here. We have our first media timeout. 16:05 left in the half. 10-2, Dragons. Back here after the timeout, 10-2 early advantage for the defending champions of the Region 20, the Howard Dragons. Christian Dean, fingerprints all over this early with 5.
And big moment for Chesapeake. Elijah Cradle, who did not play due to injury the last game, has checked in. He is playing today. Looks like Chesapeake will need his scoring to compete here.
Rivers over to Jones. Clark drives, has the first points of the game for the Skipjacks and continues with all 4.
Yeah, Clark establishing inside presence once again, and to get it over Jami, who's hard to get good position inside. Pretty impressive by Clark there.
And turnover there by the Dragons. Here, chance for the Chesapeake to stretching that lead. Back to Clark. Jones, pick. Friedel. Clark, shot clock down at 10. Drives to his left, spin, kicks it out. Moody, 3. This is the back of the rim. Johnson with the rebound. As Chesapeake back in there, 2-3 zone.
I think Howard will be more than comfortable giving up those contested threes to Moody. Moody more of a driver than a shooter. Howard, good defense there.
And the movement, and Johnson misses a 3. It was a great look. Just couldn't get the fall rebound. Rivers.
Yeah, Johnson wide open there from 3. Uncharacteristic of him to miss a shot like that.
Moody in the paint and a pass to Jones. Almost airmailed it. And it was. A little too much mustard on that one. It's Keon Lang, number 22, first sub in for the Skipjacks. $14:20 left in the first half on Championship Saturday. Howard up 6 on Chesapeake. Johnson amongst the contact. Misses the shot off the back of the rim. Rebound, Chesapeake. Moody. Calling out the offense is Cradle over in the left corner. Moody. Active hands, Jaden Johnson. And lays it up, nice and easy.
Yeah, good hands there by the Dragon defenders, and Johnson getting the steal, laying it in.
And there's a 3. First shot, Cradle missed. Rivers rebound, bounce passes it to Lang, knocked away. Rivers has it, fighting for it. And it looks like that foul is going to be on Enriquez.
Yeah, it's a frustrating foul for Howard there. Kind of dove a little late on that one. Nonetheless, in terms of after he tried to just pick up the ball by not diving on it.
Jones misses the 3 here. Lang gets the rebound. Moody almost lost his footing there. And Creedle flashing over to the right wing. Shot clock at 10. Rivers. There's Creedle. Quick hot potato. Access denied by Enrique. Blocking the shot of Lang. Johnson. Transition. Other way. Dean. 3. Cash. The Dean of Howard. Big 3. That's 8. And a timeout. Lead is jumped to double digits. 4.
Yeah, 30-second timeout by Coach Sachs of Chesapeake. But Christian Dean just on a heater right now. Hasn't not missed yet from the field. And he's been the glue guy for Howard all year long. He was kind of the glue guy for our team last year as well. Just has a knack for the ball, as a gamer. You tell he wants it badly. And obviously Howard off to a 15-4 advantage. I like the timeout by Coach Sachs at Chesapeake too, trying to settle this down and whatnot. You can't really take your timeouts home with you. You could save the 3 timeouts for the second half, but what if it's a 20, 25-point deficit by then? Doesn't really do much for you. Try to get it sorted now and whatnot.
And Chesapeake regrouping here as Creedle's going to bring it up here for the Skipjacks. Back to Willie Jones. Able to break that press. Rivers, 3. Misses. Rebound Creedle. Back up. They call that block on Dean. Number 15, Arthur Roche coming into the game for Dean.
Yeah, Dean reached in there as he was falling down, picked up the foul on that one. Look for energy for Roche as he checks in.
Clark, the pick over Creedle. 3, hesitates. Off the backboard, Willie Jones skies for it and scores. First 2 for Jones.
Big second chance points there for Chesapeake. They needed that basket coming out of a timeout, especially. Cradle shot that 3. It was pretty off, pretty uncharacteristic for him. But Jones found the crease after a couple Dragons were asleep.
Roche, no man's land, finds Johnson, drives. Jami picks it up. And a little hold there by Shaft Clark. So the 6'7" sophomore for Paris, France is going to head the line, get his first 2 points of the game.
Yeah, I like that from Jami there. As Chesapeake has kind of got some offensive rebounds lately and interior position. Jami making sure Chesapeake knows like it's going to be a fight if you want to get that interior position. Takes initiative, goes to the line for 2 shots.
There's the favorable roll, 2 for 2. Is Jami. Lead back to 11. Creedle. Air mails the long pass, and that's what the press can do there, Sebastian.
Yep, and it's not just Chesapeake that has issues with it. Every team in this region has had issues with it, and right there, just a little too long of a pass there from Cradle, and turnover for Howard.
And now entering the game with the basketball, that's Sincere Barfield, number 2, subbing in off the bench. Has it at top of the key, working it around. Johnson, pick set by Jami. Another one, Johnson, I'm going to take the 3. Misses to the side. Out of bounds to Chesapeake. Got ourselves another media timeout, 11:43 left. Dragons up on the Skipjacks by 11. Back in play here, 17-6. The lead for the Dragons.
Johnson got to be careful reaching in too much there. Got the ball initially, but got some body there. Refs didn't see it on that one.
Rivers bounce pass. Clark finishes strong.
Yeah, and if you're able to beat the Howard press, you can get opportunities like that. Now, it's very hard to do so, but if you do, you get some easy opportunities. Clark lays it in and is having a game so far.
Roche. Jami against Clark. Up and under. Footwork. Good. 5-minute rebound there is Roche. Johnson. Barfield. 3. Misses the back of the rim. Roche. Second rebound of the possession. Shot blocked by Rivers. Jami recovers it. Shot clock down to 10. Barfield. Step back. 3. It's long. Roche with the rebound. Might have got away with a push there. Up and under and scores. 3 boards on there for Roche and finishes with 2 on that point.
Yeah, Roche with a very sneaky little hands there.
A little dicey there. Clark. Bounce pass Cradle. Gets on the stat sheet.
Yeah, good job by Cradle cutting in to the crease of the defense. For a little breakdown there for Howard. Easy lay-in.
19-10 at the 10-minute mark here on Championship Saturday. Dragons. Skipjacks. Jami at the free throw line. Enrique drives, spins into the traffic, and shuffled the feet there.
Yeah, he a little too much shuffling of the shoes there on that one. And for Chesapeake, you got the within 9 right now. You get a Howard turnover. It's a mini opportunity here to kind of get back into this game here and whatnot. I would try to feature Cradle and Hooks a little bit more.
And speaking of Hooks, he just subbed back into the game. Moody drops in the dime. Clark can't finish. Second chance. Stripped. Active hands by the Dragons. Cradle has it. Hooks. Jones, 3. Count it. That's something that can get the Skipjacks going. Now down 2 possessions.
Yeah, and another defensive rebound breakdown. Enrique is late to get on the floor, and Chesapeake just wanted it more on that possession. Gets the 3 to go.
And Skipjack bench chanting defense, trying to set some momentum shift here. Shot clock at 5. Johnson drives hard to his right. Kicks it out. Roche. 3, 2. Shot up. Thought he might have had some contact, but hit the side of the rim, so it's going to be a shot clock violation.
I like that no call there by the officials. I thought that was a little light. I see why Howard wanted it, but I thought it was a good no call by our officiating crew on that one. Roche drives. And now if you're Cradle, you don't want to put yourself in that position as well.
Yeah.
You want to make it a little cleaner contest, but I like the no call there by our officiating crew.
And work around with your Cradle 3 ball. Little strong. Barfield with the rebound. Pushes it, spins, had his pocket picked by Clark. Friedel has the advantage. 3. Oh, in and out. Unfortunate drop there on the 10 there.
So unlucky for Credle. You knew what he wanted to do there. Deserved that one to go in. The rim just didn't like the taste of that one.
And there is Credle making up on the defensive end. Him and Shaft Clark denying Jaden Johnson. With 8:33 left here in the first half. 23 seconds on the shot clock. And Johnson will inbound under the basket.
Watch the picks, watch the picks.
Pick set there by Dean. Back out to Jami. Barfield left wing. Back to Johnson.
Get up on there, Moody. Get up
Guard
on
by
there.
Moody.
Oh, yeah.
Dean guarded by Hooks. Over to Barfield. Drives to his left. Pop. Shot. Yes, sir. First 2 for number 2.
Important shot there by the Dragons. You could sense Chesapeake was gaining some momentum getting back into this game. Howard with a big answer.
Exactly 8 minutes left here. First half. Region 20 final, title game. Moody, hand at a three. Hits the back of the board. Rebound, Dean.
That's a shot Howard wants there. They're going to give those looks to Moody. Moody had a rough shooting effort in terms of perimeter shooting in his last game, and he's more of a driver and can get to the hole with anybody, but not really a perimeter shooter.
A great look there for Barfield. Hits the back of the rim. Friedel drives past Barfield. Nice alteration of the shot by the defense of the Dragons, and Roche with the rebound.
Yeah, I tried to flip that one in there. Didn't use the square on that one. Probably would try to use the backboard on that one if I was Cradle.
Johnson over to Dean. Hand at the three. All right now. All right now, Christian, you better settle down.
He's
double digits.
He's just doing what he does. He's a gamer. Christian Dean finds ways to just make plays, and he is carrying this Dragon offense right now.
In the blink of an eye, the lead is back to double digits. As Jami gets the rebound off the miss by Clark. Barfield bring it up over to Johnson. They set up the play. Right block by Barfield. Three, Roche, long, Dean, right place, right time. Looks like shot might have been partially blocked, but is able to draw the foul on Clark. We're here for another media timeout. Dragons lead has expanded back to 11. We'll be right back after the break. Back here, Christian Dean at the line shooting two, who's been literally perfect today, Sebastian.
He has been, and he's just a glue guy for Howard. Just does everything for the Dragons. Definitely will go on to play at some 4-year once his Howard career is over. But a local product from Long Reach High School, he's having a heck of a game so far.
Making the first, he's at 12 points. He's perfect from three-point land, 2 for 2. 4 of 4 from the field. Now he's sitting at 13. That's literally half of the points. Literally, folks.
Half the points, and he has as many points as the Skipjacks' entire team.
Oh, great heavens. And there's Hooks, right wing, pitch hit by Jones. Trying to bust through the zone, and that's not going to help. Traveling.
Yeah, Hooks went a little too early there on that one. And Chesapeake, you got to settle down here if you're the Skipjacks. The last thing you need is to see this Howard lead get to like a 16, 17-point edge. It's going to be very tough to come back against the Howard team with that big of a deficit.
Truth Norton back in the game. Dean, 3. Finally has his first miss.
He's human.
5:45 left here in the first half.
Yeah,
Chesapeake.
that was a good old-fashioned heat check there by Dean. And another turnover by Chesapeake.
Tough play there by Jones. Looks like he might have tried to force it there to Lang.
Yeah, right idea, just couldn't execute it. They had the opening there, just weren't able to execute it, and Howard gets the ball back.
Roche over to Norton, guarded by Rivers. Jami, paint, spins, turns, misses. Strong rebound by Jones. Moody calling out the play. Drives to his left. Rivers trying to find a hole in this 2-3 zone. Shot clock at 10. Hooks, hand, three. Long miss. Jones rebound. Back to Hooks. Rivers in the paint. Lang. Rivers. Hooks, great defense there. Rivers, three. A little short. Moody rebound. Right place, right time. Misses. Dean Jones fighting for it. Back to the Skipjacks. And they reset as Norton tries to get the steal. And nice look, Hooks, and the foul drawn there by Lang. A lot going on there.
Yeah, you aren't wrong about that. Love the effort by Chesapeake getting on the floor, securing multiple second chance opportunities. You can tell the heart and passion still there in the fight, and good job on that play by Moody to dribble it out. Norton gambled a little too much there, in my opinion, which created an opening, and they found Lang, who will go to the line for two.
And does not get the favorable bounce there on the first one. 4:35 left. 13-point advantage here for Howard in the championship Saturday 2025 NJCAA Division II Region 20 Championship. For the right to head to the national tournament. Because this is March, ladies and gentlemen. 12-point advantage for the Dragons. Dean spins, foul line, misses. Jami, rebound, blocked, second chance, and gets fouled on the elbow there. And that's just a picture of what Jami brings to this team. Strong interior presence on the glass.
Yeah, so after Chesapeake got their own second chance opportunities, Jami gets it in between two skipjack defenders there, and Willie Jones and Rivers on that one, and he's going to go to the line for two after his persistence.
Got a substitution for Howard. Johnson back into the game. Barfield headed to the bench. And 2 for 2 on the trip for Jami. Howard back in that 2-3 zone. Hooks to Moody. Rivers flashing up and down the baseline. Shot clock at 10. Rivers. 3. Misses long. And Roche. A little bit of moving the feet there.
Yeah, moved it before he put the ball on the floor on that one, and we'll take our final media timeout.
3:56 left in the half. Dragons holding on to a commanding 14-point lead. Be right back. Back here to resume play. 14-point deficit for Chesapeake. And this is a good play. Hooks. Misses the three. It was a great look. Roche fighting for it. Ricocheted. Lang. Moody hand at the three. Misses everything. Rebound, Jami.
And you can tell why the Dragons are content letting him shoot those open jump shots. He's had issues with it this tournament, but love the effort by Chesapeake there, once again securing a second chance opportunity.
There's Norton. Almost got his pocket picked there by Moody, trying to stay in his back pocket. Drives to his left, and what a pass to Jami. Nice feed.
That was beautiful there by Chris Norton on that. Found Jami all by himself. Howard out to a 16-point lead.
Jones misses the side of the rim. Hooks gets the rebound. Lost it. It was deflected. Jones can't hit it. Lang. Rebound. Nice alteration there by Jami. Here comes the Dragons.
Yeah, vertical there for Jami. Good defense by him.
Dean. Roche. Spin move baseline. Roche. What a pro hop. Can't finish.
Love the move. Just could not get enough of it. And couldn't get it to the square. And Chesapeake has the opportunity to cut into this Howard lead. They need to get something going here in this half. If you're the Skipjacks, you would want to cut this down to 12.
And not that you want there. There's let's say it was last touch there by Howard. But they're still talking it over, and yep, it's going to stay here with Chesapeake.
I think that's the right call too. I thought there was a little deflection on that, and the replays kind of showed that as well. Good job by the officiating crew getting together as well. Good call there by the referees.
Friedel back into the game. He'll be inbounding here. Over to Moody. Back to Creedle. They feed to Lang in the post. Draws the defense in. Creedle. Yes. That could be the start of something to get him going at the end of this first half.
Yes, first made three on the day. Missed his previous four. They're going to need him to get going and show what he is truly capable of to have a shot at beating this Howard team.
And at three, Burgess has totaled up to 5 points. And the active hands by Rivers, unfortunately, the steal off the foot of the official, Truth Norton. Misses the three, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Skipjacks.
Go hustle, John.
Good defense there by Chesapeake. Good solid possession, staying in front of their man, whoever they were guarding. Now the opportunity to continue to pluck away. But if you're Chesapeake, 12 or less, if you can get it down to a single digit lead at half, you'd feel like it's a big win for the Skipjacks.
And there's Enrique jumping the passing lane to get the steal. Johnson. Norton. Hesitates. Three. Cash. The truth shall set you free.
Yes, indeed. And he got that one to go. Big shot for Norton, his first points of the game. Lead back up to 16.
Friedel in there to Moody. Not a good pass, but able to get Jami as they both collided. Looks like Moody's foot might have went into the back of Jami.
Yeah, it looked like Jami just kind of lost balance there a little bit. Tried to reach, and as he reached, he lost control of his body there, colliding into Moody for the foul.
Friedel inbound under the basket. Lang, give and go, and they work again on that play. That's 7 for Creedle. With exactly 1 minute remaining in a half, 14-point advantage. 1 seed Howard up on the 7 seed Chesapeake. Norton, access denied by Lang. Creedle coming the other way. 3, 2, spin. A little off balance, airballs it.
Yeah, that was one where it looked like his mind was predetermined there. And
an errant pass there by Johnson as Coach Mike Smelkinson did not like that decision.
I do, though.
Johnson.
I usually agree with Coach Smelkinson 99% of the time. I actually like that decision there because if you were able to get it to Jami, you get the quick 2 for 1. on that one, and you know me, I'm always a big 2-for-1 guy, so I like taking the chance there by Johnson.
Jones, 3. Looks like that was blocked by Henrique. And with that, the shot clock turned off. Game clock down to 12, and a timeout, a use it or lose it for Smelkinson and the Dragons with 13.2 seconds left. And a big advantage here for Howard. They've stifled Chesapeake in these first two previous games. They've been able to get any shot they want. And we talked about, you said that 2-2-1 press, really making it difficult for Chesapeake getting rhythm. And the three-step shots they're taking, they're just not falling or making it difficult for them.
Yeah, the Howard defense, you said it perfectly. It's just they've the length has kind of caused Chesapeake some issues. The different looks and has given Chesapeake some issues. They do a great job disguising Howard. And if you're Chesapeake, it's hard to say it's a must-stop and play in the first half, but
Yeah.
this really is a must-stop for Chesapeake. You don't want to go into halftime down 16 or more versus Howard. It's just such a huge mountain to climb, a mountain that really not many teams are capable of climbing, so it's very important for Chesapeake to get a stop here.
Dean drives, might have been deflected. Johnson, 3. Absolutely an exclamation point to end the first half, as that one almost went in by Moody. But after 20 minutes of play, the 1 seed, the host, Howard Dragons up on the 7th seed, Chesapeake Skipjacks, 36-19. Tim Tootin Jr., Sebastian Merrick, see you in 15. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 20 more minutes separates the Howard Dragons from repeating as Region 20 champs. Up 17 right now. Still a lot of game left. We'll see what the Skipjacks can do here to start it off, Sebastian.
Yeah, they got to get out to a quick start early, but you can't, there's no 17-point play. You just got to slowly but surely peck away, get small little incremental 6-2, 8-4 runs. Try to slowly but surely work your way back into this game.
And that's a great start there, Chef Clark, with the tip in.
Yeah, and very uncharacteristic Chesapeake in the half. 2 of 20 from 3, 10%.
Yes.
That is not like the Skipjacks we usually know. So live by the 3, die by the 3.
Dean gets the favorable roll, but the official hit the top of the shot clock. This going to be out of bounds going to Chesapeake. There's that 2-2-1 press. And there, that's how effective it is. Norton, bounce pass, blocked by Hooks. And off of Johnson.
Yeah, they make you react before you think in a way. And it's like Jones did not even take a look to see where Johnson was on that steal. Just instantly throws it over, and Johnson got the steal but couldn't finish. Chesapeake will try again.
And Hooks over to Jones. Moody. And see on that play, I believe it was knocked out of bounds by Dean. And Rivers will inbound it over to Moody. And there's Dean. Picks the pocket. Left hand, yes.
Yeah, poor decision there by Moody. I would like to see Chesapeake use the ball fake more. I really haven't seen them try that. Maybe you can get the Howard team off the air. They're a very aggressive team. I'd like to see the use of a ball fake more if I'm the Skipjacks.
And there, Moody speeding up, but able to draw the foul there on Henriquez. Hooks inbounds it to Moody. Over to Jones. Rivers in the middle of the zone. Now has it. Back to Hooks. Drives right. Right hand. And Hooks is finally on the scoreboard. First 2 of the game.
Yeah, you were wondering when it was going to be the Hooks show. And he's on the board finally for the Skipjacks.
Scorching hot yesterday. 28 points. 8 of 10 from downtown. Norton, who had a game of his own in the semifinal. Dean, short on the 3. Rebound, Jones. Moody. Here come the Skipjacks. Behind the back. Rivers, 3 in rhythm. Yes! More of that is needed for Chesapeake.
Yes, indeed. More of that is needed. Huge shot there by Rivers in the corner. Chesapeake, an opportunity to gain some momentum and get on a run here.
Norton has it on the right wing. Henrique, top of the key. Drives against the smaller guard. Moody, and able to draw the foul.
Chesapeake foul number 3, LaShawn Moody, his first, team's first.
It's first foul on number 3, Moody.
Yeah, Moody, I don't know if he realized he had that help defender over there because Enrique is obviously a bigger guy than Moody. The help defender was there. I don't know if he realized that, commits the foul, and Enrique is going to the line for 2 shots.
First trip to the foul line for Enriquez. Makes the first one. Currently sitting at 4 points.
Dragons perfect at the free throw line today, 8 for 8. Very important that you don't leave any points at the free throw line.
Got to hit them while you got them free early. Be the difference down the stretch. As both are made by Henriquez. Moody, Rivers, Hooks. Moody guarded by Norton in the 2-3 zone. Rivers occupying the foul line. Now back out. Hooks takes his place. Jones, Rivers, Hooks in the corner. Jones in rhythm, just a little short. And Clark rebound misses. Looks like he might have been hit in the face there. Johnson has it. And active defense there by Josh Rivers on the steal.
Love the gamble there by Rivers because he knew he was not going to be able to defend Jami down low. So went for the steal and got it. Poor pass, however, though, by Johnson.
Moody, foul line, looking. Jones around the corners, Hooks drives right at the Region 20 logo. Float is good. And that's four for Hooks.
Yeah, I think Howard is probably looking forward to this upcoming media timeout soon. They're a little out of sorts offensively. I think they've lost some focus, which is natural when you're up 17. But if you're the Dragons, yeah, you lock back in here. It's a championship game, and this Skipjacks team ain't going away.
Norton elevates, misses long. Jami rebound. And the bigger Jami able to wrestle it away from Hooks as he was trying to get the jump ball, but he'll draw the foul. As Roche subbing in, number 15 for Howard.
Yeah, Hooks wanted the jump ball there, had a hand on it, but ref ruled that made contact with Jami, resulting in the foul.
Johnson inbounds it. Norton flashing to the cup. Henrique inbound. Misses. Dean, of course, doing everything.
Chesapeake did not find him. Dean crashes in the middle, gets it to go.
Hooks able to break that press. Rivers three. A little in rhythm there, just circled around the 10, did not fall. 15:35 left here. Championship Saturday.
And you wonder when Elijah Cradle's going to get back in the game. They need his scoring, I feel like. I would look to maybe see him in the game very soon.
And almost stolen there by Moody. The bigger Dean able to get it in the foul there. Now with that here at 15:25, got our first media timeout here. 15:25 left. Dragons still holding on to a double-digit lead. Back here after the break, 15:25 left in the game. Dragons holding a 14-point lead. Dean will inbound it here on the baseline on our side. Roche to Johnson. Dean on the left wing. Roche, Norton, Rivers on the defense there. Shot clock at 5. Johnson drives right at the foul line. Short. Dean, rebound. Blocked by Rivers. Stolen by Clark.
I like the attitude Chesapeake's shown in the second half. They're getting good looks on the offensive end, and Howard's kind of having trouble on the offensive end themselves.
Moody, 3, finds his trophy.
Big shot for LaShawn Moody there. His first points of the day. You got to feel good for him, too. After missing a lot of perimeter jump shots, he was able to get one to go. Good for LaShawn Moody.
Now they're down 11, trying to trim it to single digits. Clark on Henrique. Spin up high. Refs letting him play. Moody does not have the numbers in transition. Dribbles in a corner. Jones had to look for a moment. Rivers finds a little late finding Clark. And last touch there by Clark. Just a hair second late there by Jones to find Clark.
Yeah, and Coach Sachs wanted a foul on that one, thinking that Clark was contacted by two Dragons there. And honestly, I think he has a point. Roche made some contact with him. Tough break there for the Skipjacks.
Dean, 3, circles out. Rebound, Chef Clark.
Howard settling for some jump shots now. That's what Chesapeake wants. Gotta go back into the paint if you're the Dragons.
15 on the clock. Moody hooks in the middle. Swings a quick pass to Rivers. Jones, shot clock at 6. Moody, pump fake, gets Norton in the air. Step back 3. Off the side of the rim. Good look there, man.
I like the use of the fake by Moody, too. Got up Norton up in the air.
Way up there.
I think teams should use it more versus Howard. Howard loves to block shots. They're naturally aggressive toward it. I wish teams used the ball fake more on that one. Good fake by Moody, just couldn't get it to go.
Roche on Jones, shot clock at 5. No man's land. Norton, 3. Off the side of the rim. Fighting for it is Roche. Advantage Chesapeake. Hooks looking transition. Moody. Bounce pass. Hand pass to Clark, and he's on the board again.
Yeah, Chesapeake had the 5-on-3 there after two Dragons went for the rebound. And Chesapeake, you can sense they're getting same momentum and their fans getting into it here. Howard needs to establish the paint presence, though. They keep taking deep threes. That's not the way they're going to close this game out.
Down 9 points. Chesapeake. Roche spins. Goes up. Shot a little strong. Jones with the rebound. Another win on the defense for the Skipjacks. Moody was looking for Rivers, but Norton with the long hands tips it away. As Barfield making his way to the floor, coming in for Norton. And Jami coming in for Dean. Hooks will inbound it. Just pass to Moody. Still in the zone. Hooks. Guarded by Barfield. Nice look, Moody. Rivers, pump fakes. Hands it to Moody at the foul line. Little strong to the left. Rebound, Jami.
Yeah, the Skipjacks just got to keep working hard on the defensive end, and the looks will come. They've just had a tough shooting day, but if you keep working and plucking away at it, they can come back.
11:30 left. Still lead, still at 9 for Howard. Enrique drives. Right hand, no, but he's going to go to the line for 2. And after the foul, we come back from this media timeout. Henriquez will shoot 2. Skipjacks chipping away. Only down 9. Be right back. Back after the timeout. 11:25 left. Chesapeake hanging around. Enrique at the line shooting 2. Come out of this break. I noticed we got Creedle subbing back in for the Skipjacks. Both the fall for Enrique.
Big 2 free throws there by the Dragons. They needed those points, get the lead back up to double digits. Important for them to get a couple stops to regain some momentum.
Creedle knocked away by Barfield. Covered by Creedle. Hooks, bounce past Rivers. 3. Just can't get it to fall. Rebound, Dragons. Johnson over to Enrique. Back to Johnson at the point. And to Barfield. Enrique. ISO on Creedle. Shot clock at 10. Jami, pick. Johnson drives hard to his right. Float. And a late foul there that's going to be on Hooks.
Yeah, it looked like Hooks got into his body a little bit there. We'll get a replay for us on the broadcast as Johnson drives. Hook.
So it could have been the hand.
Yeah, it wasn't vertical on that one, so tough call, but Johnson in the line for 2 shots.
First one good. Still perfect at the line for the Dragons. 10 of 10. Eleven of 11. Friedel. Over to Hooks on the right wing. Rivers. Swinging it back out. Long pass to Rivers, stretching the zone. Clark, Rivers had that left foot on the out of bounds line and a tough turnover there for Chesapeake.
Yeah, and coming out of that media timeout, Chesapeake has kind of lost some of that momentum. Howard, you can tell, has ratcheted up the intensity on the defensive end of the floor, and it's causing the Skipjacks some issues.
Enrique's guarded by Rivers. Roche. Barfield, Johnson. Down, pick set there by Jami. Roche cuts. Barfield, another pick. Step back, spin, twill to whirl. Roche gets pump fake on Jones. And just short on the shot. Rebound Jones. Friedel. Around the key. Hooks, Jones, Friedel. Back out, Hooks 3. Short. Rebound, Enrique. This zone is really giving the Skipjacks fits.
It has, and what's causing this is they just have not been able to shoot the ball well at all today. They're 4 of 26 from 3, 14 of 48 from the field, both well below 30%. So just tough shooting day for the Skipjacks.
And Enrique hits it off his leg, I would assume, and Chesapeake has it. Creedle drives. Barfield caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Moody back in the game for Hooks. Creedle inbounded. Under the basket. Looking. Jones, Rivers. Over to Moody. Here's Rivers, kicks it out. Jones. 3 is long. Clark with the rebound. Throws it off the foot of Jami. Staying here with Chesapeake.
Very intelligent play there by Clark to get it off of a Dragon defender, knowing that he was losing his balance, falling out of bounds. Well done there by Clark.
And Creedle inbound on the other side of the basket. Jones. Bounce pass to Creedle, slightly deflected by Enriquez. And there's Creedle. 3 for Elijah Creedle. He's now up to 10.
Yeah, you got to close out the shooter and Creedle, who's the main source of scoring for the Skipjacks all year long. That was a defensive mistake there by Enriquez. Should have closed out better. I would not have allowed the three. Maybe allow a drive, but get some help, but definitely not that three.
Enrique drives to his left, misses. Last touch by Howard. And the Skipjacks will have it here as they're down just 10, trying to trim down to single digits. Moody hands it off to Creedle. Rivers drawing the attention of the defense. Jones, fast pass, Moody, and turns it right back to Johnson. Aaron pass, Barfield, other end, lays it up.
Those are just killers for the Skipjacks. Can't turn the ball over at this stage of the game.
And what a dime there by Creedle to Clark.
Yeah,
right back.
But if you're Howard, you also got to sprint back after a make on those, and they fell asleep on that one. Good answer for the Skipjacks. Still a 10-point game. Plenty of time, but they got to get going now.
And Enrique over to Roche. Jami asking for it. Knocked away by Clark. And then a foul there on Jami. We got ourselves immediate timeout, 7:25. When we come back, Christian Dean will be subbing in for the Dragons. The last 7:25. Be right back. All right, back here action. 10-point disadvantage for the Skipjacks. Jones, a little too strong of a bounce pass and a costly turnover for Chesapeake.
Yeah, especially out of a timeout. That's such a tough break for the Skipjacks. You felt like you needed a score there to just get something going. Now you got to get a stop here on the defensive end. They're running out of time and possessions to cut in this 10-point deficit.
Jami picks up his dribble. Dean off the pick by Jami. Rises, fires, misses it to the right. Rebound. Friedel, 2-1. Feed. Clark. There it is.
Chesapeake out in transition after Howard settles for a long two. Got to keep being fundamentally sound for Chesapeake. Keep getting stops on the defensive end as their fans start to make some noise.
Trying to build just a little bit of momentum. Down only 8 with 6:30 left. Johnson has it on the right wing. Jami setting the screen. Johnson let's not use it. Almost stolen there by Creedle. But Barfield has it with a shot clock at 5. 3. Unfavorable kind roll there for Barfield, and Jones gets the rebound and gets fouled.
Another settle shot for the Dragons. Barfield capable of hitting those, but I think that's what Chesapeake's willing to give up. They don't want them to get inside on the Skipjack defense. And what a big opportunity for Chesapeake here to make this a 2-possession game for what would be the first time in what seems like forever.
And who else? Dean steals it, but can't stand bounds.
But again, you got, where's the use of a ball fake maybe to get Dean off guard? And like they're so aggressive as Moody's dribbling it. It's just a little soft pass. Dean knows it's coming. They've watched the film. So you got to be more aware there if you're LaShawn Moody.
Friedel dribbles, pro hop, pass deflected, recovered by Clark. Friedel, pump fake, drives left into Jones. A great look, 2 delicious dimes right there.
And what happened? You used the fake, trying to get the Dragons going one way and the other. And the use of the fake cost a couple help defenders over. Clark laying it in.
5:30 left. Roche to Johnson. Dean in the paint. Roche, pro op, pocket pick. Moody, 2-2. Gets his pocket picked by Johnson. The other way. On Rivers. Draws the foul. What a difference-making play there by Jaden Johnson again. Jumping that passing lane, especially on that 2-2 break. That was huge.
Remember that play. As just such a huge play by Johnson. Getting his hands in there. And Dragons really saving what would be a 4-point game. Now they can make it an 8-point game. Remember that play if Howard comes out on top.
And first one good for Johnson. Enrique and Norton subbing in for Howard. Still perfect at the line is this Dragons team. And there is an errant pass. Jones, Dean, twirl-to-whirl. Dipsy-do, how do you do?
Mistakes you just cannot make if you're the Skipjacks. Got to be smart, disciplined.
Moody drives, kicks out. Rivers in rhythm. Big response there.
Basket that Chesapeake desperately needed after Howard started to gain some ground on the Skipjacks. Huge answer by Rivers.
7-point disadvantage, 420. Almost an errant pass there by Dean. Norton, 3. No lies detected. What an answer by Norton.
Yeah, Chesapeake defensive breakdown there. Basically put Jones in a position, did he want to guard Enriquez or Norton, and he made the wrong decision.
Moody rushes the 3 and is short. Rebound, Johnson.
Yeah, that's not the shot Chesapeake wants on that possession. You still got time, but you got to settle down here. This is an important possession for Howard.
Dean over to Norton. Enrique. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 10. Norton guarded by Creedle. In the paint to Enriquez. Owen Jones finds Dean. Extra pass. Johnson, 3. Long. Jami was fighting with the rebound with Jones. 3:40 left. 10-point disadvantage for the Skipjacks. Jones. Moody. Back to Jones in the zone. Rivers flashing at the foul line. Has it. Back to Creedle. Deep 3. Might have been off balance on that. Saved by Moody. And a reach and foul there on Dean. Got ourselves another media timeout. Inching ever so closely to a finish here. Howard up 10 on the Skipjacks. 3:21 left. Stands between the Dragons and a repeat Region 20 championship. Friedel. Jones. Clark. The iron unkind. Second chance. It gets in one. Jeff Clark. The steady hand for this sailing boat of the Skipjacks as they're trying to stay in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say Shaq Clark's been their best player today. Bad foul by Dean. You got to know time and score better than that. Just give him the 2. 8-point game, 3 minutes left is much better than 7. Gotta be smarter there if you're Christian Dean.
And the tough miss there, but second chance stripped away by Norton, lost control. And then that nearly a backcourt, there's Norton, a little out of control. That finishes, because you know why? There's no lies detected.
That's the most Truth Norton basket I've ever seen. That's the most Truth Norton basket you'll get. And sloppy turnover once again by Chesapeake.
And Enrique takes a tumble there. To the line for 2. As it is starting to slip away for Chesapeake.
Yeah, Moody once again just sloppy with the ball. Gotta be better in those situations. He's had a tough day. He's had a great season, but just had a tough day for the Skipjacks. Chesapeake with their 16th turnover on the game. It's hard to win many games with 16 turnovers, let alone against a team like Howard Community College.
At the line is Enriquez. Makes his first one. After long rest, Lang back in for Clark. And guess what? Still perfect at the line is the Dragons. There's that press. Friedel. Jones. Almost still poked away by Dean. Moody. Down to Lang. Left hand. No. And a jump ball between Lang and Jami, but staying with Howard. 2:28 left. 12-point advantage for the Dragons. Dean will inbound it. A little full court of pressure being applied here by Moody. We get out of it over to Norton, back to Enriquez. Dean. Norton. Johnson. Jami. Enriquez. Down, shot clock down to 5. Gets the smaller guard. Active hands by Lang. Moody, 2-1. Tough pass. Friedel still hits the 3.
To hit that shot off that difficult pass
Yes.
like Friedel is incredibly impressive by the Chesapeake Skipjacks. And this will turn into a media timeout.
A high degree of difficulty. And that 3 putting Cradle at 13. Be right back after this break. Back here live here at Howard Community College. 9-point advantage. Howard up on Chesapeake. Dean inbounds it to Henrique. Johnson. Let's get across court and does. Guarded by Moody.
If you're Howard, you want to bleed as much time off this clock as possible.
Rivers. Gonna get a foul there. Trying to preserve a little bit of time. As the Howard players, Ricky and Dean separating Norton from Rivers. The thought seemed to be a little bit of a hard foul there.
Yeah, you don't need any of those extra shenanigans if you're Howard. You're up 9. You got a much bigger thing to worry about
I like that one.
Than the little individual battles.
And what do you know? The first miss, perfect streak is over for the Dragons. An opportunity here for them to cash in. Moody. They got to go quick and go quickly. Corner, Friedel, pump fake. Enrique's in his pocket, just throws up a prayer. Norton, other way. Knocked away by Moody, staying here with the Dragons.
That was not a good shot by Creedle at all. Forced one up there. You can tell why he wanted to take that shot just because the impact he has on this team, but that was not a good shot there by Creedle at all.
And Hooks back in the game for Creedle. Inbounds pass, nice pass to Roche. Blocked by Moody. And looks like it was last touched by the Skipjacks. 1:11 left here in regulation. Johnson out to Roche. Back to Johnson. They'll bleed a little more time as we get down to 1 minute remaining. Enrique almost loses by Hooks. Almost stolen away, deflected. Shot clock at 5. Jami. Enrique, 3, 2. Forces his way through and able to draw the foul.
Yeah, bailout foul there.
Yes.
By Chesapeake there with barely any time left on the shot clock. That's just can't make those mistakes, and Howard is in pole position to repeat, it looks like, as champions.
And Norton in for Roche. Creedle subbing in for Hooks. And 1-1 situation here for Henriquez. And misses again. Skipjacks have got to go. They got to go quickly. Rivers off the deflection. Hits the top of the shot clock. Not a fortuitous bounce there. Roche back in.
Yeah, if you're Chesapeake, probably going to have to give a quick foul here or after a trap. But you don't have much time to wait.
And there's the quick foul there on Creedle.
Foul number 2, Elijah Creedle. That's his first. He's 10.
Got to give Elijah Creedle a ton of credit for playing through an injury that he had. He very clearly he's not 100%, but still had a pretty decent impact on the game. Helped let a potential Chesapeake comeback. Just the start that they got off looks like it's going to be too much to overcome.
There's Johnson back at the free throw line. Conley knocks down the first. Norton back in. And knocks down that one switch. 35 seconds left in the game. Friedel drives, can't finish. Clark fighting for it. And there's the rebound as the shot clock turned off. Howard Just going to bleed out the clock here, Sebastian. Can you say back-to-back Region 20 champions? And again, doing it as the 1 seed here, the Howard Dragons.
Yeah, pretty improbable for Howard to go back-to-back, so hard to do. But they earned it, and they're going to go dancing to Danville.
They are dancing their way into the national tournament. Back-to-back. And yet another region championship for head coach Mike Smelkinson.
He's pretty good at it. He's pretty good at it, and all he does is win, 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 no matter what, as DJ Khaled likes to say. And just another year and another championship for Coach Smell.
All credit to the Howard Dragons and the coaching staff. And of course, of all places, you do it right in here at your own home here at Howard.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible accomplishment, and they deserve it for sure.
As you see the teammates, as Johnny overcome with emotion, the finest of Paris, France cannot believe he has just won a Region 20 conference championship.
Yeah, he earned it. He earned it for sure, and we'll be back. We'll be back for the awards ceremony.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to center court your two-time defending champions of Region 20, the Howard Community College. Coming out of the entire tournament. Congratulations to our champions. Congratulations to Howard.